someone does. I don't know. I'm not the best at anything that I do, like, really at all. But that's okay. But that's fine. And why is that a problem? Why do I have to see that I'm not the best? Because there's always someone better than you. Always. I'm not the best at running. I'm not the fastest. I'm not the strongest. I'm not the smartest. I'm not any of those things. Like, I can't swim the fastest. I can't hold my breath. But why does that matter? No, nobody's saying anything to me about that, though. Why do I care? Why do you care about the things that you aren't the best at? Why do we judge ourselves? Why do we judge others? Why? To start, why do we judge ourselves? Is it because we see other people doing better than we are, and we want more? We want to be like them? We compare ourselves to their success. Why? Why do we do that? Why can't we just be ourselves? Why? Who told us that we aren't good enough? Who judges us for being imperfect? Us. Ourselves. You and me judge ourselves. We don't judge other people. I mean, we could, but the problem with a lot of people is that we are too self-conscious. We see ourselves like we aren't good enough for ourselves. What? It's so easy to think that, but it sounds so weird to say. It's different. It's a foreign concept, but it's so dear to us. It's in our heads. Everything is in our heads. If you get in your head, why? Why do we judge ourselves? And why do we even put standards on ourselves? Why can't we just be us? Be us. Why is that? I think we should just be people, imperfect people who aren't other people. Don't compare ourselves to other people. Why can't we do that? And also, why do we judge others? Why is that? Why can't we just live, be worried about ourselves, not judging ourselves, but worried about ourselves? Our problems are our problems. Why do we have to notice other people's problems and point them out and chastise them for it and judge them? There's a famous, I don't know if you've heard about it, but a story from the Bible. You don't have to be religious to understand this. It's just a story about how Jesus was chilling at some forum or whatever, and these Jewish rabbis come up to him. It's like, since you are this big Son of God, what should we do with this prostitute? Bluntly speaking, what should we do with her? Because she was caught doing adultery. She was an adulteress. What should we do with her? And as Jesus is writing in the sand, he looks up at all them and says, whoever is without sin can cast the first stone. And this refers to a lot of things. In the Old Testament, it says if someone is caught in adultery, you can pelt them with stones and kill them just for doing one sin, one wrongdoing. And he says, whoever is without sin can cast the first stone. Everyone silenced. They look up. Everyone's gone. Everyone except for the adulteress. They couldn't see themselves as imperfect, as people who aren't good enough. They haven't been good enough. So in that little story, they've judged others, and because of the judgment they've put on others, they've in turn judged themselves. Interesting. Why did they do that? We aren't the people to judge others, because that's not us. And we shouldn't judge ourselves too harshly. We can't judge anybody because we are imperfect. We have our flaws. Everyone has committed something wrong, and if you haven't, you have. I'm sorry to break the news to you. You've done something that's convenient to you but not convenient to others. You've stolen a cookie from the cookie jar. You've lied. We're not perfect, and why do we judge others? Because others are imperfect. We look at people seeing their imperfections but are blind to see our own. That's exactly what happened to the Jewish rabbis. They only saw the imperfections and the wrongdoings of that adulteress, but couldn't see their own until they were conflicted with the question, whoever is without sin can cast the first stone, realizing they are imperfect. They judged everything in that moment. They judged everything they'd done, realizing they are not perfect. And I know this is getting a little long, it's about 9 minutes, but I want to leave you with this. Why can't you be perfect by being imperfect? Why can't you be yourself? I know I've talked a lot about perfection and imperfection, but it's a strong subject. Why can't we be conscious but not judging? Why can't we? Duke out.